Right now, you are moving your lips and your sound is coming out later.
Great. Have you read The 4 Hour Work Week? Can you hear me now?
No, I hear you, but you have a delay.
I have a delay. Let me refresh. I'll be right back. How about now? Is that better?
All right, keep on talking.
Say that again.
All right, you're fine now.
Yeah, awesome. I
Yeah.
see Jonathan Crackle has joined. Jonathan, second time I've seen you in a blab. I know Jonathan on a personal note. Jonathan, you want to join? So, David, have you read The 4 Hour Work Week? Sorry.
No, I don't. I have no patience for reading. I'm very I'm extremely wired and ADD.
So I'm actually the same way. What'll end up happening is I'll start reading and either I get distracted or I'll fall asleep. So what I do is audiobooks. Whenever I'm driving or I'm not really doing anything, I'll listen to the book on audio. So I started listening to the 4 Hour Work Week on audiobooks. Thank God for audiobooks. I have all these books that I still haven't read, but because of audiobooks, I've read a lot of them now.
Yeah, no, I know off of it and all that, but again, to get my attention, it's like even when you see me on Blab, if you see me on different Blabs, more likely I'll be having three different things doing at the same time. And you probably be seeing me doing something like this and all this. Even though everybody else is talking, I'm doing other stuff because I can't focus on one thing at a time. It's just I can't.
You just
Sometimes I'm better at it. Like yesterday was like really bad. Yesterday I was like today I'm a little bit more I'm like here, not here today.
So Dave, tell me. I'm trying to remember where I've seen you. I know I've seen you in another blab. Tell
Yeah,
me what you do.
I was with you in a blab a bit ago. Yeah. I think I actually ran through everything, how to reuse blab and stuff with you.
Is that what it was? Yes, there was a person who was working with hand in hand with Blab, I think.
Might have been. I really don't know. I mean, if you were having issues, and I probably have called somebody from blab to jump in or something. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do?
I do mostly. I mean, yeah, I do graphics, but I also develop right now an apparel line for beach gym wear type stuff. Everything that gets sold basically generates it generates what do you call this, funds for to help with nonprofit animal rescues. So
Nice.
anything to do with animals, advocacy wise, veterans who need a service animal or something, pets that need to get adoption, stuff like that. Those are the type of people I work with. So I'm developing, I'm creating like a network, and those are the ones that my own private network, and those are the people that I work with.
Okay. Nice cause. Helping animals.
Yep. Got three of them, three dogs here right now as we speak.
Oh yeah. Keeping you busy.
Well, I mean, they're normally sleeping. As long as I'm home, they're basically sleeping next to me all the time.
That's the life right there. Sleeping all day.
Yeah. No, then I wouldn't know since I only sleep about 2, maybe 3 hours a day. So
I thought I had it at 6 hours max.
no, I and those 3 average hours, it's not straight through.
Is that intentional or?
It's just since I was a kid.
Well, so the topic here is the 4 Hour Work Week. David, you haven't read it. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I'm not going to say new book, but it's relatively new in that it's I don't know, maybe 10 years. But it comes up a lot in the business world, and it's really how to maximize your lifestyle. The people, they call them NR, which is new. I forget what it stands for now. New something.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll stop you the thing right now. You see, like I have a different philosophy. Maybe I don't know. Probably similar to what you're talking about. But my work, the way I look at things, and this is me personally, it doesn't fit for everybody. My day work ways starts as soon as I open my eyes, and it stops when I close my eyes. I'm on work mode 24/7. But that's me. It doesn't mean it works for everybody. That's me. If I see a deal, if I see something, I go for it. That's me. If I get a client, I don't care if I'm in an elevator or I'm in front of a gas station. If I can get a client there for me to do graphics or sell them my line, I'm gonna do it.
and that's kind of, I think that's a lot of people, and I think the intent of the book is to teach you how to again, to live a more a memorable life is what. And again, I've only started reading it. I haven't finished, or I should say, listening. But I'm kind of the same way as you. I have 4 kids, so I kind of work around their schedule. So they're all, off doing their things right now. So I'll work until they're home from school or whatever, and then I'll not deal, but I'll spend some time with them, and then it's back to work when they're in bed. And that's how I do it. Last night I did a Periscope at 8:30 at night, and I do that on a regular basis on Tuesday nights. So kind of in the same boat is, we're always working. It came from BNI this morning, met with somebody else this morning.
so what I was trying to tell you, to me, 4 hours is like.
Yeah, so I think the book is not saying, don't work. It's saying, live a better life, spend some time doing the things you like to do. And if you like graphics, then you're doing it, right? They always say,
what I do is like, okay, this also goes the other thing around. People go to a job and they got to work for somebody else or something, right? So
right.
That's kind of work. I don't see what I'm doing as working. I actually enjoy it.
Right.
It fuels me. It fuels me, Not many people could say that.
I agree. And I think that...
so I don't see as what I'm doing as work.
Right, and I'm the same way. So doing web design marketing is essentially what I do, digital marketing, and I love doing it. So I don't mind being up at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night doing that because I'm not going to sleep anyway. So I might as well do something I like doing. I barely watch TV. If I do, it's on just because of the background noise. Things like that. I'll listen to a book from my phone. I don't mind going to a movie as long as I know ahead of time the movie is something that's going to be worth my while. We just came back from 2 weeks in Haiti. I can't wait to go back. But even I barely worked while I was there, and it was partially because internet is very, very. It's not very good down there. But
I got you.
You got to find time to enjoy what you're doing. But if you can work while you're in Haiti or Puerto Rico or Hawaii, whatever, great, do it. As long as it's what you like to do. And you're right, though. What is that saying? If you find something you like doing and you'll never work again in your life, you'll never work a day in your life, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So that's kind of like that's what, And again, my hyperactivity doesn't really allow me to put up with the corporate BS.
Why? I wouldn't say hyperactivity on my part. I would say I'm not one for biting my tongue.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, I do graphics. The last boss I had, I basically drew him my resignation letter. It was not a pretty picture.
That's awesome. I hope to quit a job that way someday. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll keep doing this. So I see R2-D2 behind you.
Oh yeah, I got the posters as well back there. See them back there.
You're a Star Wars fan? You looking forward to the next movie, or?
This house is. I got a back cave.
Oh.
My TV room, where I have the TV, basically it's a back cave. It's designed after a back cave.
Okay, that's awesome.
And all the Batman stuff is all over the place.
Yeah, I never really got into Batman, but I am curious to see.
I got everything. I got like you name it. It's all right. I have my dining room. It's sort of kind of mirrored for like the Fortress of Solitude. Everything's glass, like all like the glass is all cut up in pieces and shattered and shit. So it looks like, so each room in the house is, this is more space station-y type stuff. That's why you got more Star Wars in here.
Got Yankee Stadium behind me. I don't know if you're a baseball fan, but
I'm not. I'm more of a, I guess sports was never my thing. I mean, I played it, I dabbled in it, but it doesn't fuel my rocket.
well, I was hoping to get more people in here. I see actually.
Well, I think I told you this before. Especially, I mean, what time is it? It's like 1:15 now.
Yeah.
You got to work on your titles if you really want to get them. And the number one thing is, if people don't know you in here, they're not going to pop into your room.
Working on it. Well, some of these people, so Jonathan Crackle knows me, and
right,
is actually a client of mine.
That's one.
Yeah, no, I get it. So I do what you do too, David. I'm hopping in and out of rooms, and I've had a couple of conversations with some other people. There's a lot of people from Australia, Canada, and UK on here. I've noticed that. I don't know if you've noticed that. Maybe it's my timing as well, but Canada's the same time zone. But
yeah. But right now, UK is I'm in the Eastern time, so right now in UK it's probably around 6:15 right now, give or take. Right. And in Australia right now, it's the middle of the night. I mean, they're probably waking up or something. I mean, it's no. It's 1, 3, 4. It's probably about 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning in Australia right now.
Yeah. So probably a lot of Aussies on.
Right. They won't be waking up until at least 7, 8 o'clock my time.
Right.
That's kind of like that's when they'll all be here. So at night, my nighttime is there, my mornings, it's their nighttime. That's when they're going to sleep. It's literally backwards to us, at least in my time zone. And again, the UK is roughly 5 hours. So they're, it's not that bad. But at nighttime, our nighttime is when this place is popping. During the day, early in the morning, that's basically when you get everybody trying to sell you stuff.
Good to know. So I'll have to maybe change this to a nighttime one. I do have another one that I do Friday mornings at 10, but again, that's primarily directed at business people, so probably a better time of the day for them.
Yeah, but try to get it like what you're doing. Try to get into the Robert Stern blabs. Try to get into the Joel Comm blabs. But try to get in their window. Try to get into their open seats. That's one way for them to start getting to know you, because they pack the rooms.
Yeah, I see the Joel Comm ones. Who was the other one? Robert Stern.
Robert Stern. Robert should be on now. Robert Stern at all times.
Yeah.
Let me see if he's on.
You said you were on the East Coast. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in South Florida.
Okay, I'm on the East Coast too, but I'm in Connecticut.
Right now, Vincenzo is online right now. He's actually on room number 2, which is kind of funny because we're in room number 5 right now, that's pretty good actually. That means the blab is dead because we're only 2 people and we're at room number 5. Actually, Robert is online right now too. Robert is online. Vincenzo is on another blab too. Those 2. And Vin's probably, let me see what he's doing. Hold on a second. See, Vin right now.
I've had people tell me and continue to tell me, guests even on my shows.
Vin has 47 people in his room right now. Where did Robert go? He was on here right now. Don't tell me he popped out. Yeah, Robert popped out. He was on right now. Yeah. Well, Vincenzo's another one that you should. I mean, he right now he has the seat blocked. He's just doing like I guess like an interview type of thing with Mitch, which Mitch has also been around for a while.
So I see you've been on Blab for a while, a couple months almost. How's that been for you?
About a month and a half, according to Blab.
Yeah, Blab says 47 days.
Right. So yeah, I mean, Vin is one of the guys. I mean, that if you could get like to talk to him and stuff, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So is Robert. But you got to get into their thing, get into their seat, and you'll start seeing people like automatically once they see you on one of their blabs and stuff like that, they'll start following you and stuff like that. So they'll, as long as you're in one of those type rooms, you'll start getting more noticeable. Let me see. Yeah, everybody else that's here right now, it's just either just hanging out or just talking crap right now.
Yeah, there's some crazy blabs I see. So 48-hour blab.
Yeah, all right, but you can't really go too much with certain titles in here because remember they keep on changing. If somebody walks in and blabjacks this thing or something like that, they change. Subject changes. See another one that if you go down and you got authenticity, transparency, and
yeah, I just saw that pop up actually.
Those two girls, they're also pretty good and they're pretty professional as well. That's another blab you want to get into. They're on the professional side of things.
Yeah, I've been popping in and out of blabs here and there. Yesterday I was kind of under the weather, so I didn't really do anything, but except for my normal work. But yeah, I'll have to do that a little more, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, also we have from Prison Prophet and Jason Hodge. He's also pretty good. He does a lot of stuff with nonprofits as well.
Okay. We just started working with From Prison to Profits. Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting.
Right. He's pretty cool too, and he's been around as well for a while. But the rest, from what I see here, literally you would have to just go in there and see if it's actually sparked some interest for you.
Yeah, actually, the Vincenzo, that's an interesting topic. But you said that's an interview right now. That's an interesting topic because that's kind of my whole point is you can't sell. We're just not in that world anymore. It doesn't work that way anymore.
Right.
I have one client. He's who's James Tolf? He wants to come on in. Let's see.
Let me see.
He's got a lot of followers. Let's allow him in.
Who's trying to come in?
James Tolf.
Oh, James. Yeah, James also another.
What's up, man?
Mr. J.
What's up, man? I heard him talking about all these good people to talk to, and I was like, well, then I want to know these good people too. I think they're all scumbags. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's what we hang around their blabs too, right?
Yeah, I hang around the scumbags and the nice people and the good business.
And then you troll in the pictures.
John Steiker is saying bad sound, but I don't hear it, so I'm not really sure what he's talking about. But anyway,
yeah, I hear.
Tell us about yourself.
Let's see. You guys hear my mic? Is it coming out of my microphone? Yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you fine. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Cool. My name is James. I was born at a young age. I'm really happy about that. I'm here in Canada, America. I was born in New Hampshire though, but I was raised in Georgia. I'm also happy about that. Yeah, and so you guys started saying things about the 4-hour work week, and so that's why I hopped in here.
So have you read the book?
I have. I think actually I went back and read the book probably 6 months ago. A lot of the links that were in there are gone. Like they're not gone, but they're either outdated. But I guess the principles are more or less the same because once you're kind of already working enough hours, you kind of try to figure out what you're supposed to do with all this time because you hang out on Blab.
There you go. I see some people in Blab all the time, and where do they find the time? I wish I had that much time.
Right.
But I guess that's the Here we go. Common random thoughts. I guess that's the idea behind four-hour work week, right? Finding the time to do what you want to do. I just started reading it, so a little transparency there. I just started reading it, just got into it, or listening to it, I should say. Me and David talked about that earlier. Neither one of us really has the patience for reading. But I listen to books all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff so far. So
He's a good guy to talk to about anything tech, though. Right here on my right side.
yes.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? No, it's one of those books that I've never gotten around to reading. I'm a big fan of Tim's, but I haven't gotten a chance to read that one. Okay. I mean, I get the general concepts, and he's right about most of this stuff. But are those links really outdated now? I know the book's been around for a while. I thought he had updated. He did an updated.
He did.
Release.
Yeah, I got the old version. You're right.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he did that like 8 months ago or 9 months ago. He put out a new edition. I thought.
I picked mine up in 2008. So
yeah.
So everything's changed since then.
Yeah.
But I think just a general idea of the thing I got out of it was the SOPs, the standing operating procedures. Like if you're setting up with a virtual assistant, make sure that they understand what's going on, and then that actually helps you in the process of figuring out what's going on as well.
Colin, what is it with Jamie?
What?
What are you doing? You're helping Jamie out?
Oh, yeah. So, you haven't been filled in on this? Oh, this is our effort to get Jamie a new PC because his is dying a slow and painful death. And we want to make sure that, one, he's able to continue his podcasting because, he's, wheelchair bound. So we want to make sure that he has an outlet into the world, an idea of, an ability to do something he's inspired to do and motivated to do, and help him with his academics. He really his school does provide him a PC, but it's really kind of outdated and unusable. So we're going to set him up with something really slick, we hope. So anybody who wants to participate, please hop in, visit blabathon.org and read about Jamie and see if you can participate in whatever way you can. We're actually looking for artists to perform on our event on Friday starting at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And we hope to have a grand old time and raise some money for Jamie. And we'll be getting him a new MacBook Pro for him, along with related hardware and software to help him with his academics and his podcasting projects.
Yeah. Very cool.
We try.
Don't really know what you do. You want to share? I guess the rest of you guys are
what I do. Well, I'm an IT consultant. I have been an IT consultant for many years. These days I blab, and it's an interesting platform. It allows you to meet some very interesting people, make some new connections along the way. If I pick up some work along the way, that's nice too. But like I said, I hadn't actually read the 4-hour work week, but I try to live by most of the concepts that are laid out there. I'm familiar with many of them. But it's an interesting thing. You can accomplish a lot in relatively little time with the proper organization and planning. And really, when you're motivated to work for yourself, you're going to get a lot more done a lot faster, because when you screw up, when you fail, you've only got yourself to report to. And you're going to beat yourself up a hell of a lot more than any boss is going to beat you up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Bosses, I'm not one to bite my tongue, so that's a problem with bosses as well. But, if I don't bite my tongue with myself, who cares?
Right. Yep.
So when you say IT, what does that mean?
I mostly do infrastructure, data center design, server management, deployment of private clusters. We've done Beowulf clusters, various types of HA clusters. You name it, we've done it, really. We spun up a whole bunch of private clusters for various publishing clients and that sort of thing.
Okay.
We've developed custom CMSs for clients in the publishing industry and the streaming media industry. You name it. I've been in this industry a long time. You name it, I've done it, from the frontline help desk to the CTO role, and all very interesting stuff.
I was in IT for a while. I got a little burnt out from it, primarily because I was never home. So I guess that goes back to 4-hour work week. For me, I think I get the most joy out of being around my children, and I have 4 of them. So it made time for them by changing gears. I mean, I've always done, or I shouldn't say always, I've been doing what I do now in one shape or form for almost 20 years. So I just decided to do it full time. I'm home more. It's great for me. It's great for them. But yeah, I did IT for a little while, not at the level you were doing. I did mostly smaller networks, computer repair, a little bit of infrastructure, but not a whole lot. Did a lot of MSP. But it was never home. I got burnt out.
Yeah, that type of work does tend to be quite grating. And I, having done that, early on, I tried real hard to do something else.
Yeah.
Because it does burn you out. It's quite aggravating when you only ever hear from people when they're annoyed.
Yep.
Nobody ever calls just to say hi.
The favorite thing of mine, or the least favorite thing of mine, I should say, you're doing managed solutions. You're doing almost everything remotely. So you're managing everything remotely. They don't see you, so their instant feeling is you're never there.
Yep.
And I heard that so much. I was like, but everything's taken care of. Just because I'm not physically there doesn't mean it's not taken care of. But that was another complaint all the time. So yeah, no more. Now I'm mostly home office, and I love it.
Your audio cut out there, man. What was it? You're in your home office and what?
Home office, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it. I get to get my son off the bus and do homework with him and play with him, and good times. My oldest is 20, so she doesn't want to play anymore. But
yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So what is it you do now?
I'm digital marketing.
Digital
marketing. Like I said, I've been doing it for probably close to 20 years. I used to use AOL Pages and AOL chat rooms and MySpace, and I used to build websites from scratch. I don't really do that anymore because most people don't need that.
Yeah, but the niche of people who do need that are relatively high end and very high margin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to bring a programmer in for that. I know programmers and I've contracted them in the past, but for me, I just don't know that I could sit at a computer and program all day.
Well, I try to stay away from the website design, that's the HTML layout and that sort of thing, and graphic design. But yeah, I'll build a custom CMS any day. It's great fun.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out sometime. All right, I don't think we're getting a lot of traction on the 4-hour work week.
No, excuse me. I actually have some gentlemen here who are probably requiring my attention, so I'm going to have to bail out anyway. Okay. But thanks for having me.
Thanks, Colin.
Have a good one. All right, bye.
Hey, Scott. Talk about Tim Ferriss's book?
Yes, I am. I was just about to give up, but here you are.
Oh, okay. Well,
Eric, tell me about yourself.
And how it relates to the 4-hour work week.
Or just enthusiasts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the CEO of Coin Outlet. We do Bitcoin ATM machines, so we manufacture and operate the machines.
Okay. Did you read the 4-hour work week, or?
Oh yeah, that's actually why I lived in New York City. I read the 4-hour work week and decided to get back into real estate. I'd been a software developer, had a business in New York City with hedge funds and things like that, and I think like you were saying, as I came in, delegate it, right? Let somebody else do that. I don't need to make the decisions all the time. And by just getting away, one of the things he had in there, take a vacation all the time, get away, make people step up and do those decisions. So even before I had left, every month I was going to the Bahamas, I was going to, I was going all over the place, and I wasn't available. So it forced the other people in the organization to step up and make decisions. I didn't realize how I was in the critical path of so many decisions that were being made until you leave, right? And then all of a sudden they have to make them for you, and it was great, right?
Awesome. So now you're doing real estate?
No. So that's when I read the book. I said, well, I want passive income again, and I had done it once before, so I bought a bunch of rental properties in Pennsylvania, and that's what I did. I had a bunch of properties that I had bought, and it wasn't probably the best idea, but it was anything but passive. It turned into yet another business, and that one I had not built an infrastructure. I had property managers, I had contractors, I had all these things. So I ended up just being manager of all these properties at that point, of managing all the things that were going on. And boy, there were a lot more things. I was begging for the days of dealing with troublesome developers.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in real estate. I tried to get in myself. I just couldn't find the time to do it. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm in Connecticut, so there's certain areas where you buy a rental property and you're going to be working for that income.
Yep, and that's what I started. Then I got into the Bitcoin ATM business, and basically just I've fire saled all the properties. I don't care about them. As soon as the tenant moves out, sell it, and then that fueled this business. So I funded this business by doing that.
So how's that going, Bitcoin ATMs?
Well, it's certainly not. It's not hands off, that's for sure. But I mean, we're just growing. We're looking expanding in Europe and Latin America, and we've expanded here in the United States. So it's a good thing. At some point, I keep hiring people, and hopefully, it'll take care of itself.
Okay. So where will I find?
No time in the near future. I'm sorry.
So you have ATMs already out there, or?
Oh yeah. We have machines running in MIT, Harvard, Stanford, Overstock. We went to Athens, Greece, and have a machine there. Although it's not operating today, it's sitting in a storage unit simply because of the legal structure there. And here in Pennsylvania, and I have a bunch in my garage right now. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So how's the Bitcoin world? I haven't really followed it too closely. I know for a little while they had some challenges.
How so?
Trying to remember. Wasn't there some security issues? I mean, I think we're going back a year or so.
Oh, you're talking about Mt. Gox. So that's like a bank getting robbed and saying that money's at fault, right? No, it's the bank security. So that was an exchange that had centralized all these Bitcoins, and it looks like he was what do they call it when you steal inside of the company?
Money laundering, or not money laundering. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, who knows what's going on, because there was one guy that had access to everything. But that has nothing to do with the Bitcoin network. That's like saying bank robbers came into the bank and the bank didn't have a security camera, didn't have a security guard, didn't have anything, and the vault was open and he came in and took all this money. Money isn't insecure. The bank is insecure. So same scenario. Bitcoin itself has never been hacked. The payment network. And the whole idea is it's a trustless, decentralized system that can't be hacked.
Okay.
More so than the money. I mean, people think of Bitcoin as money. It's not money. We're treating it as money as like a first iteration, but the real value of Bitcoin is not what people are hearing about Bitcoin as just, oh, it's money. It's worth $240. Each Bitcoin's $240. That represents the underlying payment network and the value of that underlying payment network. You can do many things with it outside of it just being valuable as scarce money and certainly a better transaction tool. That's just by default. It's that. Yeah, embezzlement. Thanks, Robert.
I was gonna say, I saw that. Yeah. So 4-hour work week. Do you plan to apply this? I know you said right now you're very hands-on, but is this an application you plan to use?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I always keep it in mind to replace myself. Right. That's you're always trying to do that so that you're able to get away. So I guess the proof that you've been able to do that is you're able to take a vacation or get away for a period of time, not be accessible.
Yeah, well, I just did that for 2 weeks. I'm pretty much. I can't say I was 100% not accessible, but I would say 90%.
I think it's an extreme to say 4-hour work week. I don't know that you have to hit 4 hours once a day, checking your email, taking care of fires for an hour or two, maybe, and that, I guess that'd be a success.
The 4-hour work day. Maybe that would work better.
Maybe. At this point, I'd take that.
Yeah, you and me both. My day is broken up between the kids, so I'm good until about 5 o'clock, and then it's father duties, and then it's then I'll be back available around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm a single father as well, so I have my son here. So
my wife works nights. That's the only reason. I'm not. She's still here. But
oh, okay. Well, I'm a single father, so yeah, I guess.
Just one child, or
yeah, just one living with me. Yeah, the rest are in school. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. How old is the one with you?
He just turned 16.
Oh, wow.
So.
I have kids ranging from 1 to 20.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know what I was thinking, but oh well. Thought I was done. You look a little young for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, I know, but thanks. 44.
Ah, we're the same age.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I have a 26-year-old daughter and a 23-year-old son, and then a 16-year-old son. So.
Yeah, my oldest was 20.
Yeah, I started young. I was in the Navy. We all start young when you're in the Navy.
I believe it.
Yeah.
All right,
so yeah, but I have applied the 4-hour work week. I think the lifestyle of having a 4-hour work week, or at least a reduced work week where other people are taking care of things, is a good mindset to have when you're running a business and you're scaling your business, thinking of, how do I remove myself from the critical path, right? I think that's the main benefit you get from the book, is how do you remove yourself from the critical path, let other people make decisions, and yeah, it's a struggle, especially as a small business.
You ever read some of these books, like you read this book, you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, books like that, where they tell you how to stop working for someone else, and you're just thinking to yourself, why isn't everybody reading this book? Why are
I know.
so many employees in the world?
Yep. We do a thing in the morning, the Think and Grow Rich. They do it.
I'll have to check that out one day.
Yeah, so you're reading through Think and Grow Rich, which that should be. I read that book when I was 16 years old, and when people tell me they have never read that book or they have never read any of these, Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's a great book. That changes your mindset. That makes you look at things a little differently. Or, there's a ton of books out there that could do that for you. And you spend your whole life working for money, yet you know nothing about money, and you don't learn about the underlying, how to work, how money should work for you rather than you working for money. And that's why you have people that work as an employee and think they're going to save money, and you can, huh?
Oh yeah, you can, but most people don't. And it's like your odds of making the NFL or whatever. But I've been seeing a lot of the posts lately on Facebook and Instagram, 40, 40, 40. So you work 40 years. No, you work 40 hours a week for 40 years to get 40% of what you would get if you were still working when you retire. And you do it for somebody else. You make somebody else rich in the process.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other problem is that money, even if you're saving money, I mean, the treadmill today with the devaluation of the dollar, if it's money in the future is going to be worth less. So while you may put it into a mutual fund, that'll probably barely touch the inflation of just the dollar, the currency that you're in itself, let alone all these other inflationary pressures. So it's a losing game.
Yeah.
And you're not going to beat the S&P. So.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
I haven't even bothered with stocks in quite a while. I have a few that I'm sitting on because they pay dividends, and that's about it. But
I have some from retirement. I have some stuff that I can't touch. Well, I guess I can. I can take it at a penalty, but if I could, I'd get rid of it too, because that's how I got into real estate. Cash out of everything, 401k, all that stuff. I cashed out of it. Luckily, right when everything crashed, so I took a loss there, but figured I could make it up in real estate. But as you see, real estate hasn't done much of anything, and so just tied up capital.
I think that's another market that's going to crash again soon.
Oh yeah, well, it never crashed. It didn't really crash. We didn't let it crash. That's the thing. So we're propping it up. We've been propping it up. Now we're just propping it up with more. At this point, you can only get a loan if it's government backed. So you have this whole thing, this whole system sitting out there. We haven't changed the way it works. So you still the CDO, CDS. I was working in hedge funds actually when the crash occurred, that were doing the collateralized debt obligations, which are those tranches of mortgages and insuring it with AIG. That hasn't changed. They renamed them though. They don't call them that anymore because it's a dirty name now, right? But it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
If anything, it's escalated. It's so.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, traditionally, real estate should be an inflation hedge because you borrow against it, and that money that you've borrowed against is going to be devalued. So you're going to, theoretically, the housing price should go up. But if it's been propped up with tax incentives and things for so long, what happens when something goes bad? And what else what the Fed is 0% interest. You can't go any further down than that. So what else is in their tool shed when something bad happens systemically throughout the market? Could be student loans, could be something else that triggers it, but the real estate market, is just going to take it.
Waiting to happen.
Yep. Well, you already have default. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I sat down with a financial guy, and so my two youngest are 1 and 5, and they said by the time they reach college age, if tuition keeps going up the way it's going, it'll cost us about $1 million to put them through school.
Right. Well, which it will, because again, that's if the government, the only way you get a student loan, right, is government backed. So the colleges, it's not because the college's expenses are going up so quickly. It's because, well, the students are coming in, they're 18 years old, they're taking out massive student loans, and what you don't get as the college, they're just going to go spend out on beer and everything else. So you might as well get as much of that student loan as you can that you can get away with. So you see as they start increasing this, the colleges will increase that. So that's the real reason colleges cost so much money. And at what point is it no longer worth going to college? At what point is that degree no longer worth it? And I'm saying we're way past that. They've already done studies. If you become a plumber, you're going to make more money than if you go and become a doctor, even though, because you spent 7 years in school running up debt, the next 7 years paying off that debt. And like you said, 40 hours times 40 years. I don't know about 40 years if you work 40 years, but I guess you would have to in that scenario. But where do those numbers match up? Versus the plumber who went to work right away, and he's a master plumber, and he's making decent wage and doesn't have that debt, and that college degree just got you the first job. So unless you're going to be a doctor, lawyer, everything else probably isn't. We'll see.
Even lawyers coming out now are not making that much money anymore.
Oh, of course, we're too many of them, right? They become politicians because the field's flooded, right? Yeah.
They say that. That's only going to get worse. There's more lawyers in school than there are in the world right now. So I don't know.
Well, we have more lawyers in one city than the rest of the world has put together. I mean, that's in the U.S. it's absolutely the number of lawyers, we're just pumping them out. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I'd never tell anybody to become an attorney, but it's a good skill to have. It's a good resource to have. But yeah, I don't know. Don't have the answers. I just.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But I agree with you. The books and stuff like that, when you find like-minded people that read those books, there's certain people are attracted to doing those sort of things. Some people could care less, and you see it. That's why everybody doesn't work for themselves. I think if everybody read those books, nobody, we'd all be working for ourselves.
Yep, they'd stop making everybody else rich.
Right. Yeah.
Not everybody, but.
No, I know, but I know what you mean. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I think the 4-Hour Workweek is a great book, but in of itself is probably not enough. You probably have already had to have the fundamentals, like I was Think and Grow Rich or something like that, and already be thinking correctly before you get to a book like the 4-Hour Workweek, where it says, okay, now do this, or maybe not. I mean, that might be the book that clicks with you. It just,
Yeah, I haven't read Think and Grow Rich. I'll have to get that, but I did. I probably read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I don't know, half a dozen times at least.
Oh, I didn't mean Think and Grow Rich. I meant Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's a great book. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great fundamental book.
It's really easy reading. So.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. He's a good storyteller, so it's a good story. The two dads he had, and it's good to see the different perspectives, because you can see, like, you're that one. If this is the first time you're reading a book like that, you're that other dad, and all of a sudden you're seeing the other way of doing it and why this other guy was so much more successful than him. And it was a mindset. It was the way he looked at it.
Yep.
And that's what Think and Grow Rich does, and that's what any one of these books does. It just, here, look at this. And clicks, and then you're like, oh, that's right.
Then you have to get everybody else on the same page.
Oh, you don't, like, who? You don't have to. I mean, it's
wife.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. In your case, yes, right. or you end up like me, divorced. You work too much. You're spending all your time in your business. Well, that's kind of how it is right now. Anyway.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, Eric. I think I'm gonna probably cut this one. But thanks for coming in. When do you have your own show on here? Or you just pop in on others? What do you do?
I just pop in on others. I don't really have a show. I mean, every now and then I'll do like a Bitcoin blab or something to just talk about Bitcoin to people. But I'm not.
Yeah, I have to. I followed you, so I'll see when you do that again. I'd like to learn more about that too. Well, I lost you. I don't know if it's me or you. And Eric is gone. Oh, he's still here. Eric, I don't know if you can hear me, but I lost you. But anyway, I'm going to end this. I'll probably change the time because the time of day apparently impacts how many people I get on. Maybe I'll do this one evening during the week. I can't do Tuesday nights. I've got a regularly scheduled Periscope. But maybe one of the other nights, Wednesday night, might work as long as I coach baseball for my son and for other kids. So I mean, no fall ball this year, but next year there might be. Well, spring there will be. So until I figure the time out, I will talk to you guys again soon. Don't forget, I do have a regularly scheduled program Fridays at 10 a.m. It's called Growth Success Radio. I talk to other business owners. Eric, it might be interesting to have you on that show if you're still listening. Fridays at 10 a.m. we talk to business owners about their business, how to market, and successes, failures, accountability, a lot of good stuff. We got Colleen Ferrari of Small Business USA on this week, and she's also in the room. I think it's her, Generate Winners. She's also a part of that. I think it's either her or Matt. But anyway, so check that out Friday morning, 10 a.m. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.